Hello Domination, Chris Cobain here, bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle that I had quite a long time ago against a guy named D Money. I think I've had this video saved up for probably a couple months, but time to get it out there. So this was against a guy named D Money. Let's take a look at the team previews. I've got Espeon, Krook, Metagross, Florges, Tangrowth, and Noivern. So nothing really out of the blue for my team. A lot of Pokemon I use a lot. My opponent is carrying Lucario, Milotic, Chandelure, Donphan, Togekiss, and Sublime. So looking at his team, outside of Lucario and Chandelure, who are obviously going to be used as sweeper type Pokemon, this team is hella bulky and pretty stally. The only Pokemon who can't really recover would be Donphan of those bulky Pokemon. So I knew that this was going to be a problem right off the bat. In terms of leads, his lead is pretty obviously either Sublime or Donphan. I'm pretty sure I can handle both of those with Espeon, simply because Prankster is stuffed by Magic Bounce, and Donphan is not very specially invested, so I can pretty much kill him with a special attack, or a couple special attacks anyway. So my easy lead is going to be Espeon, and I'm more hoping he leads with Sublime, because not only do I shut down his Prankster, but I carry Dazzling Gleam to hit him with super effective damage. So he does end up leading with Sublime, which is good for me. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to fire off that Dazzling Gleam, but unfortunately, he lives it with like 3 HP. I was like, I had no idea he was going to live that. And he has knockoff. I was praying at that point he didn't have a move to kill me, and unfortunately he does. So, turn 1, I lose Espeon. Misplay on my part, but I really thought I'd get that kill. But obviously not, so my easy switch here is going to be Metagross. I outspeed him with Bullet Punch, so he can't, he can't recover. Now, I knew a switch was probably imminent here. I didn't want to risk it, though, because if he decided he didn't think about the priority and he stays in to try to recover off where he switches, I could have got him there, but he does make the safe switch into Donphan to take that Bullet Punch, and I'm going to do absolutely no damage. And already we've seen our second leftovers of the team. Sublime had him as well. So at this point I'm going to switch. I was predicting Earthquake. I knew Stealth Rocks were possible, so I switched into Noivern as opposed to Tang, just so I would have a switch into a base without having to take Stealth Rock damage for once. So at this point, I'm choice. I know I could go for like Boom Burst, but I didn't want to because he has obviously Sublime still left. So I went for Dragon Pulse, which was dumb. I went for Dragon Pulse because I'm nervous about the Air Slash accuracy all the time. I forgot that Togekiss was on the field. I don't have a team preview up when I'm facing people, so he makes the easy switch into Togekiss, and obviously that's not going to do any damage. So now I'm going to go into Metagross. Obviously he can Thunder Wave. It's not going to matter because I'm carrying Bullet Punch. He used Air Slash though. I'm thinking because he was scared I was going to switch into Krook there to take the Thunder Wave. But I do switch in Metagross. He's now going to obviously be forced to switch. He's going to have to go back into Donphan to take any steel attack, in my case Bullet Punch, but that play was a little too obvious, and I'm going to double switch back into Noivern. Now, he can carry Ice Shard. I know I lived that at max HP because I've taken it before, but at 75% I'm really nervous about it. I was kind of hoping that he wasn't going to go for it, that he didn't think he'd get the kill off of it. And he doesn't, so thankfully he's going to switch. He might have gotten a kill there if he went for Ice Shard, I don't know. But instead he's going to switch out, maybe hoping that I'm going to go for the Boom Burst this time, but instead I make the safer play and go for the Air Slash. And that's going to take down Loki. Thankfully he never had the chance to do much in that battle outside of obviously killing Espeon. In comes Milotic. Now at this point, like, I could have switched, but honestly with rocks on the field, I'm not going to do much, and looking at the rest of his team, I know I have answers to basically all of it. So instead what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stay in. He goes for Scald, probably predicting Metagross, so he's over-predicted a couple times in this match. But that's part of the game though, so he goes for Scald as opposed to Ice Beam. It's going to do about half after burn. I'm going to be able to fire off another Air Slash, which is going to take him down to half. That ends up being huge, and he's going to take me out with Ice Beam. No flinches. But what are you going to do? I actually didn't want to flinch, because if I would have flinched and not flinched the second time, he would have recovered. So he would have been in a better situation. As we see the third leftovers of the game, by the way. Just saying. On his team. So I'm going to bring in Krook here. I know I can hit this thing pretty hard with like Earthquake or something, but I also know that Earthquake is too obvious and Togekiss is coming in. So he's going to switch out. Like I said, he's going to go into Togekiss. I predict this, I go for Stone Edge, but unfortunately Stone Edge hates me, so it misses. At least Stone Edge hates me now. So now, I didn't want to risk it. Like, I knew he was going to switch into Donphan. But I didn't want to, like, over-predict, you know, and switch into Ramen and him Air Slash for some reason. So I just stand and go for it. I actually get the crit. That does, like, you know, 5%. That's power. Anyway, so at this point, I'm going to be able to switch out here. I'm going to go into Tangrowth for obvious reasons. He's not going to be able to touch me with anything he's got, and I can put me in a good situation, because unless he's Mega Luke, he's got no Megas on his team, and I can at least, like, get a knockoff going if I wanted to here. He's got Earthquake, he's going to do absolutely no damage at all. I actually thought he was an Ice Shard there, but I guess Earthquake was probably going to do more damage anyway. So at this point, I had a decision, do I want to knock off or do I want to Leech Seed? I actually went for Leech Seed here, which is probably more of a misplay, but I was scared of Luke coming in, you know, to take it and having Justified, so instead I just go for the Leech Seed. He brings in his Togekiss here, which isn't really a huge deal. I know that I can get some progressive damage on this and wear him down a little bit. That's always nice. But here, I kind of, you know, a little cocky, I guess. I wanted him to stay in, instead he switches out into his Chandelure here. I'm going to go for Protect. I do that a lot. He called me on it, and he gets the switch. So now I'm going to be forced to get out of there. If I would have like went for Knockoff, predicting maybe a Thunder Wave or something, or predicting that switch, that would have been a huge play, but unfortunately just the Protect kind of hurts me there. So I'm going to be forced to switch out. He's going to go for Flamethrower. That's the easy play. There's no reason to Shadow Ball at all. There's no reason I'd bring something in, so... He goes for that. Unfortunately, it's not going to do a lot for him because I'm Florgs, and he's going to be forced to switch out into Bandit the Lucario on a Moonblast, which was a little different. Lucario's not very bulky. This is neutral. It's going to hit him for about half damage, which is big. I can actually kill him with another one, obviously, here. Instead, I make, probably the dumbest play of the game, and I Protect. Now, looking back, I don't know why. Obviously, I want to scout maybe if he's special or physical, but honestly, even if he's physical, the best steel attack, most of them carries Bullet Punch, and I know I can take that at the amount of HP out. I should have just if I wasn't going to switch, I should have just Moonblasted. And he gets a Swords Dance up, and that was a bad idea. That was so bad. I'm going to be forced to quickly switch into Metagross here. I know, I'll figure actually Bullet Punch was coming. He goes for Extreme Speed instead. That I actually might have lived that, honestly, but wasn't really worth the risk either way. He turns out it's a Life Orb set, so in this play, I'm going to go for Bullet Punch, hoping to get some good damage on him. Doesn't do as much as I'd want him to. A little blocky, actually, for a Lucario, I think. But he's just going to close combat, and that's going to completely annihilate Metagross at +2. Obviously, I had no chance of living that. So right now Lucario's on the loose, and he ends up leaving this Life Orb damage with like 1 HP, which really sucks, meaning there's basically nothing I can do. I could bring out Krook if I wanted to, but I was scared of like a priority attack, and I knew that Krook was going to be pretty big later in the match, especially with who I'm missing, and I bring in Tang just to try to take a hit, and he... You know, after Stealth Rock damage +2, it ends up one-hitting me. So Ramen goes down, and I'm in a bad position now. Fortunately, he goes down as well to Life Orb, so that ends up saving me at this point. But now it's 2-on-4. It's looking really bad. So I'm going to bring in Florgs. He's got 3 special attackers left. Florgs is going to have to be big, really. Unfortunately, he brings out Donphan, and here I've got no choice. I can't bring out Krook. I have to go in. I have to go all out here. He revealed down Assault Vest early when he Stealth Rock, so I'm going to go for Energy Ball. It does a solid half. He goes for the Earthquake, and thankfully, since he's not invested, Florgs lives it with 11 HP. But now the problem is Ice Shard. Due to the amount he did, I was doing a little bit of calculations in my head, and I thought maybe, possibly, that if I had a little more HP, I could live an Ice Shard. So I go for Protect. As he does reveal the Ice Shard. That was the second reason, because he's actually not used it yet. I'm going to get that little bit of leftover recovery, and The only reason he's staying in here is to think he's gonna kill me with this Usher. There's no other reason. Otherwise he could predict me to switch or to go for energy ball. He could switch into Chandelure. He could switch into Togekiss. But he does stay in. He goes for the Ice Shot and Florgs. Freaking clutch, dude. 3 HP. 3 freaking HP, and I'm gonna kill the Donphan, which basically at that point I knew huge play because now I'm actually open up for Stone Edge. Stone Edge sucks. We know this. Its accuracy is garbage, but it does open me up for Stone Edging. So he's gonna bring in his Chandelure. I'm thinking it's Spect or possibly Scarfed. So he's gonna go for Energy Ball because he knows I have Krook. Fortunately, even if he is Scarfed, I'm Scarfed as well, so I know I'm gonna outspeed him anyway. Basically, I know here it's gonna be down to the Stone Edge. So first turn, I do get the outspeed because I'm Scarfed as well, like I said, and Stone Edge does hit. Down goes Chandelure, so there you go. There's a start. Now, Moxie's going to kick in. I know Togekiss can't live 1 at +1, obviously, so I thought at half HP I was going to be able to kill this too, so I knew, at this point I was like, it's down to whether I hit or not. I hit a second Stone Edge in a row, clutch, but freaking max defensive Milotic lives it with like 3 HP. Hits the Scald, Krook tanks it somehow, no idea. I don't think he's ever tanked a super effective special attack before. Obviously this is invested. And on top of him living, he doesn't get burned, which is haxy. And I hit a 3rd straight Stone Edge, and Milotic goes down. Clutch all over the place from both Florgs and Crocodile at the end of the battle. It's down to Togekiss. I know all I have to do is hit 1 last Stone Edge, and I hit 4 in a row. That's bull. I'm sorry. That's bull crap. And Togekiss is going to go down to the 4th straight Stone Edge hit. And somehow, someway, I pull that win out of thin air. Through complete RNG garbage, honestly. Me with the Florgs living, that was more me. I kind of guessed I could live. And I made the right play there, and I got Donphan down and put me in position to get the win. But 4 straight Stone Edge misses or hits, along with living a Scald from Milotic and not getting burnt, any of which a miss, a burn, the little more damage roll, any of that would have ended the battle. But nothing of it happened to go down there, and I end up getting the win, which is freaking awesome. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll just take it. This team was really stally, and actually this was the point where Togekiss was Yu for a little bit. They moved him up the borderline, obviously, but he was Yu, so that's at the point we did this match, this team was actually Yu, and that is scary as hell. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the battle. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch the battle. I do appreciate that. If you enjoyed the battle, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not done so yet. So you can be alerted to when I put out videos. I do videos as much as possible, typically 1 every couple days or so. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out my live stream, make sure you do so at twitch.tv/xchriscobain. There'll be a link in the description. I stream 6 days a week over there. If you don't know what Twitch is, you gotta come check it out. I interact with everyone who comes in there, so it's your best chance to be able to talk to me live. It's your best chance to be able to battle me as well, so if you want to do that, that would be where you do it. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here, so I will see you guys in the next video.